Good evening and welcome to Legends Edition, today being the 13th day of June. Tonight, all eyes turn to the global football stage as Brazil takes on Morocco in a highly anticipated FIFA World Cup clash. And for football fans across the country, remember that KBC will be bringing you the match live at 1 a.m. Be sure to tune in and catch every moment of the action. Also tonight, in our special reports, parents are being urged to take a more active role in mentoring and guiding their children amid growing concerns over cases of unrest in schools. All that coming up in the news tonight, but first, a look at the highlights.
Wabunge wa Senate, wabunge wa National Assembly, waketi, wakamilishe, waweke sheria ambayo itahakikisha ya kwamba mali ya wananchi katika cooperatives iko salama. Wale wanaosimamia hizo cooperatives ni watu wenye wako na integrity na ni watu ambao wanaeleweka.
Strengthening the regulation of the Sacco movement, President William Ruto urges Parliament to fast-track the Sacco Society's amendment bill. Marshalling forces for an alternative government, opposition leaders woo the Linda Mwananchi faction in Kakamega. And a happy ending as 7 Kenya seafarers return home from a 3-month detention in Tanzania. A warm welcome to the Legends Edition. My name is Marie Yambo. On the sign language is Ann Wangeshi. Let's begin the bulletin tonight where President William Ruto has urged members of Parliament to urgently consider the Sacco Society's amendment bill, saying it aims to strengthen the regulation of cooperative societies. Speaking at Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology during the launch of the Shirikiana Sacco cooperative, the president warned managers of Saccos against corruption, saying mismanagement and fraud were undermining the growth of the sector.
President William Ruto graced the launch of the Shirikiana Sacco cooperative at Masinde Muliro University in Kakamega County, where he implored MPs to speedily consider the government's legislative proposal that seeks to strengthen liquidity management and modernize oversight of the cooperative financial sector.
Wabunge wa Senate, wabunge wa National Assembly, waketi, wakamilishe, waweke sheria ambayo itahakikisha ya kwamba mali ya wananchi katika cooperatives iko salama. Wale wanaosimamia hizo cooperatives ni watu wenye wako na integrity na ni watu ambao wanaeleweka. Hiyo sheria nataka kuweka sahihi in the next 1 month. Ndio hawa watu waendelee na biashara yao wakijua pesa zao ziko salama.
President Ruto emphasized that the cooperative movement remains a key pillar in improving livelihoods and expanding access to affordable credit, but cautioned that accountability must be tightened to protect members' savings.
A law that is going to protect people's resources, members' savings, members' information, is going to professionalize our Saccos.
The head of state at the same time urged Western electorate to disregard opposition leaders who have been holding rallies in the areas seeking political support.
Wakasema ati Ruto ni muongo. Sasa mimi nataka ni wapashi wakuje hii Western Kenya, tuwaambie ile mumiasi ilikuwa imekufa, sasa imeamuka. Ile soni ilikuwa imekufa, sasa inafanya kazi.
Western Kenya leaders present vowed to back President Ruto's re-election bid next year, dismissing the opposition as those with no agenda for the country.
Hakuna njia ingine, tuende naye bega kwa bega, kwa sababu kuna watu wengine wamezunguka na wanazidi kuzunguka hapa. Washindwe. Na mjue tukitembea na mheshimiwa rais mwenyewe amekuja hapa
kukubali kulonji hii Sacco. Yeye mnajua ana kazi mingi, lakini ameamua kuja hapa. Sio kuonyesha amekupenda. Ni kama nakupenda nyinyi hamumpendi. Mpaka mumpende.
Na sisi hapa mkoa wa Magharibi tuko nyuma yako bako kwa bako. Sisi kama viongozi wa Western Region tunaenda kuhakikisha ya kwamba mwaka wa 2027 we give you the numbers.
Gishuki Washira, Legends Edition.
Now, opposition leaders say they will unite with other like-minded leaders, including Edward Sifuna and the Linda Mwananchi faction of ODM, to form a formidable coalition ahead of the 2027 general polls. The leaders, including Wipers Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua of DCP, and other drawn from Western Kenya, told Western Kenya not to let few selfish individuals use the region for their own political interest. They spoke in Kakamega County on their second day tour of the Western Kenya region.
The United Opposition sustained its term offensive for the second day in Western Kenya. The leaders, including Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper Patriotic Front, Rigathi Gachagua of DCP, and Eugene Wamalwa of DAP Kenya, among others, who pitched tent in Kakamega, accused the government of failing to address the high cost of living.
Miaka 40, ndiyo miaka 40 bila kuiba ndururu ya mwananchi wa Kenya. Miaka 40 kuonyesha uongozi bora. Maisha 40 ya kutetea haki za Wakenya. Mimi mahali wananchi wako nitakuweko.
They further faulted some leaders in Western Kenya for using the region as political leverage in the Kenya Kwanza government.
Waluya hawako united ati kwa sababu viongozi wamekaa kando kando. Ningependa kuambia viongozi Waluya ndio wako divided. Lakini raia Waluya wako united kabisa kama kitu kimoja.
Hapa Kakamega, jana tumekuwa kule Malava. Umetembea Malava takuona waya stima hakuna. Tumekuwa kule Ikolomani, kuona hata waya stima hakuna. Ile hali tulipatiwa 2 billion hapa ya stima na ile serikali ambayo ilikuwa ya Uhuru Kenyatta.
Kalonzo saying under their leadership, all parts of the country will enjoy equal distribution of national resources.
Haya ufukara! Ukabila!
Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya told the Western Kenya region to speak in unison and ensure their votes count in the next year's general elections.
Tumepigia Raila, tumepigia Kibaki pamoja. Kama kuna wakati ambao unahitaji sisi tena kupiga kura pamoja ni sasa. But this time round ni kwamba mahali tunaweka kura yetu lazima tutajua tunapata nini hapo. Tumechoka kupiga kura ambayo itusaidii.
The opposition leaders also promised to agree and produce a single formidable presidential candidate at the opportune time. The opposition Western Kenya Meet the People tour is expected to run till Sunday. Give us Nmaina, Legends Edition.
In other news, 7 Kenyan seafarers were detained in Tanzania for 3 months came home last night to an emotional reception by their families, reuniting after the lengthy ordeal in the neighboring country. Their release follows intense diplomatic engagements between Nairobi and Dar es Salaam. The 7 were arrested in international waters and accused of ferrying 61 immigrants destined for the Comoros Islands and were facing up to 10 years in jail before timely intervention that saw their release.
These families are both anxious and excited to meet their kin who had been detained in Tanzania for the past 3 months after being arrested in international waters over accusations of ferrying 61 immigrants destined for the Comoros Islands. Emotions rent the air at the Moi International Airport in Mombasa upon their arrival. Embracing their loved ones after what seemed to be an eternity away from home, they were truly happy to be back on Kenyan soil. Arrested on 31st of March in Tanzania's Kilo waters, a court accused them of facilitating the transportation of immigrants and sentenced them to either 10 years in jail or a fine of 70 million Tanzanian shillings each.
Kwa tunapiana hofu kule ndani sasa, yangu hapa Zakaria kwamba kesho itakuwa beta kuliko leo, kesho tutaweza tukatoka, kesho tutaweza kutoka. Hiyo that's what was keeping us going kikweli, lakini tungekata tamaa hata msingetupata pia, ilikuwa ngumu sana.
Thanks to months of diplomatic engagement and intervention by Mining and Blue Economy Cabinet Secretary Ali Hassan Joho, the seven finally saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
There is no excuse. I'm your minister. And because I'm your minister, I have to serve you. To serve you diligently, with commitment.
Bado mtaenda kazini nje na wenzako na wenzenu na wale wengine wote Seafarers. Lazima mfuate sheria, mkuwe nyinyi ndio sura ya Kenya.
Tukue watu ambao tunaweza kujua kama kuna sheria na tuweze kufanya mambo kulingana na sheria.
And so it was a happy ending crowned with a pledge by the Kenya Maritime Authority to continue working with regional authorities to ensure the safety and welfare of Kenyan seafarers operating in East African waters. Yusufar reporting for the Legends Edition.
The Ministry of Gender, Culture and Children's Services is calling for concerted efforts to address the persistent challenge of student unrest in schools witnessed in the country. Speaking in Baringo County, Cabinet Secretary Hannah Cheptumo challenged parents to take a more active role in guiding and mentoring their children, as Tilio Marco now reports.
Gender, Culture and Children's Services Cabinet Secretary Hannah Cheptumo made an impromptu visit to Mogotio Township Secondary School in Baringo County, a day after the bodies of the 16 Utumishi Girls Academy students who perished in a fire tragedy were finally handed over to their families for burial. Here, the CS said it's only through concerted efforts and parents taking a more active role in guiding and mentoring their children that the tragic school unrest can be effectively tackled.
In the evening, as a parent, take time to talk to that child. Over the weekend, speak to them. When they are in charge, we are also asking the faith-based organizations to also ensure that they organize programs that can speak to the issues that affect these children.
Sentiments echoed by the Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Mombasa, Dominic Kimengich.
As we can see now with our children, it's so unfortunate and very sad that even we lost those 16 girls simply because of lack of parenting and lack of those values which our young people should have.
The Cabinet Secretary further called for enhanced mentorship programs in schools to promote discipline, personal development, and the overall well-being of learners.
What we need to tell our children is it is important for them to know that it is about their life. Education is the greatest equalizer. You can be in the best boarding school in the country, but a child from a day school can come and overtake you just because they have decided they will remain in school.
Meanwhile, education stakeholders in Migori County are calling for open and constructive dialogue between teachers and students in learning institutions. Speaking separately, Kakamega Senator Dr. Boni Khalwale suggested the reinstatement of corporal punishment in schools.
Kitu yenye iliondolewa na bunge iliyopita katika shule ya kutoa discipline kwa shule, tunataka irudi. Mtoto akiwa mkora apate kibogo akwende huko. Na wewe mzazi, kama utaki mwalimu achape mtoto yako, chukua mtoto yake, wewe enda naye nyumbani, waje watoto wengine wabaki kwa shule.
Tilio Marco for Legends Edition.
Well, and that story by Tilio Marco brings us to the first commercial break on the Legends Edition. We are back with more news.
Taasisi ya ukuzaji mitaala Kenya, KICD, inawaarifu wakuu wa shule za upili kuwa awamu ya kwanza ya usambazaji wa vitabu vya gredi ya 10 imekamilika kwa kutumia takwimu zilizotolewa awali na Wizara ya Elimu. Ili kuhakikisha kila mwanafunzi anapata kitabu kwa kila somo kwa uwiano wa kitabu kimoja kwa mwanafunzi mmoja, wakuu wa shule wanatakiwa kuwasilisha: 1. idadi halisi ya wanafunzi wa gredi ya 10 kwa kila somo. Pili, idadi ya vitabu vilivyopokelewa kwa kila somo. Tumia kodi kupata taarifa. Pata msaada wa haraka kutumia barua pepe au simu. Mwisho wa kuwasilisha taarifa ni tarehe 19 Juni 2026. Shule ambazo tayari zimewasilisha data hazihitaji kuwasilisha tena. Serikali ya Jamhuri ya Kenya imejitolea kuhakikisha kuwa kila mwanafunzi anapata kitabu katika kila somo.
Very crowded 6-yard box. Basic sends it in at the near post. It's flicked on, and Bosnia have the lead.
You can see with the size and the strength of this Bosnian side, they just go in and they just make everything very uncomfortable for this Canada defence. They swarm that 6-yard box, and the delivery is excellent. The first contact is excellent then as well, and then there's absolutely no stopping the big man.
I am Chef Ombachi. Today I'm cooking ugali na Ajab Premium Maize Meal. Boil water, done. Add Ajab Premium Maize Meal. Done. Grab your mwiko and stir the mixture. Enjoy the amazing aroma. Enjoy incredibly soft ugali. Done. Ingia ligi ya kipekee na Ajab Premium Maize Meal.
Thank you for staying with the Legends edition. We continue with the news. Let's look at matters health, where a 5-year-old boy from Kajiado County is preparing to join school after becoming one of the region's biggest medical success stories. The boy, identified as DPS, has been suffering a rare genetic disease in the country known as Gaucher that costs over 1 million shillings a month to treat, with doctors terming the disease life-threatening. The young boy now has a fresh start following efforts by doctors in the global medical community to save the boy's life and commit to covering the treatment costs.
At the Kajiado County Referral Hospital, in one of the wards, we meet Jennifer Senoi. Beside her is her son, identified as DPS. For years, the boy faced severe illness and countless misdiagnoses.
Tukampeleka hospitali ya karibu, nilikuwa hapo nyumbani. Walituambia tumtafutie mahali tumpeleke, manake damu yake ilikuwa chini sana.
It wasn't until 2023 that specialized international testing revealed he was living with type 1 Gaucher disease, a rare genetic disorder.
You'll find different diseases mimicking Gaucher's disease. And number one, we mentioned Kala-Azar or leishmaniasis. We have certain malignancies can mimic Gaucher's disease. We have conditions like tuberculosis that can easily be misdiagnosed. Sickle cell disease presenting with splenomegaly can also mimic Gaucher's, and also what we used to call formerly as tropical malarial splenomegaly can also mimic Gaucher's disease. So you find people would think of the most occurring conditions.
But the diagnosis was the first hurdle. The disease requires a critical enzyme replacement therapy that costs 1 million shillings every single month.
Ilifika ikiwa na changamoto mingi sana, waleke ilikuwa pesa mingi sana. Tuliachana na familia ya mzee. Juu venye walisikia hiyo pesa, walianza kuchanganyikiwa.
But through international support, Kajiado County Referral Hospital secured the life-saving drug.
As we were waiting for the results, this patient was having bleeding tendencies because all blood levels were low. We had low red blood cells, low hemoglobin, very low platelets because of the bone marrow suppression that normally accompanies the condition. And we continued to transfuse the blood products, including the platelets.
To ensure the safety and constant supply of the drug, the facility has put strict mechanisms, terming the treatment as a major success.
Now, this enzyme, it's important to know that it's not available locally, it's not available in the continent. The enzyme is very expensive. A vial costs for an average Kenyan shillings of around 200,000. The patient who is supposed to be getting biweekly injections meant that in a month, we are utilizing 4 vials of the enzyme. So definitely we didn't have the capacity to do that, and yet without the enzyme replacement therapy, the patient was going to die.
For Jennifer Senoi, restoration of her son's health means the beginning of a new journey, one that she believes will allow her son to start his education and live a normal life.
Na mambo na shule sahi, baada hatujui anataka kuanza shule by next year. Na baada hatujui.
According to experts, Gaucher disease is a rare inherited lysosomal storage disorder caused by a deficiency of the enzyme glucocerebrosidase. The condition leads to the accumulation of fatty substances in organs including the liver, spleen, and bone marrow, causing severe health complications. Gaucher disease occurs in 3 forms. Type 1, being the most common, affects the liver, spleen, blood, and bones, but does not damage the brain. Type 2 is the rarest and most severe form, causing serious neurological complications in infancy and often leading to early death. And type 3 develops more gradually and affects both body organs and the nervous system. According to the World Health Organization, globally the disease affects an estimated 1 in every 40,000 to 100,000 live births. Kamche Menza for the Legends edition.
Thank you, Kamche Menza, for that very positive report. And we also wish Jennifer's son all the best as he recovers from that rare disease. Let's look at matters food security. The Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization, KALRO, in partnership with the Korea Program on International Agriculture, COPIA, has trained researchers, seed growers, and extension officers from 6 African countries on qualities rice seed production and processing. This is part of efforts to enhance food security and boost rice productivity in the region.
The training brought together participants from Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Malawi, Rwanda, and Zimbabwe, where innovations, management practices, and regulatory requirements necessary for certified rice seed production took center stage. Barnabas Sita, a participant from Tanzania, said the exchange of experiences and exposure to modern technologies would help strengthen rice farming systems.
Tunazo mbegu nyingi ambazo zimeboreshwa, ni improved variety ambazo zinafaa. Kwa hiyo kwa kushirikiana kwa Tanzania na nchi zingine wanaweza wakapata mbegu hizo na kuja kuzifanyia utafiti kwa nchi zao, kuzizalisha ili kusudi kuweza kuwasaidia wakulima waweze kuzizalisha na hivyo kuongeza uzalishaji kwa maeneo yao.
80% of the country's rice is currently produced under irrigation. For upland and rain-fed areas, the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization is partnering with the Korea Program on International Agriculture to develop suitable varieties.
Kenya, 80% of the rice which is being produced in the irrigated ecology. But we have a program such that as we produce for the irrigated ecology, we can also be able to produce for the upland ecology. So this facility is targeting to have the seed of improved varieties.
Modernized post-harvest facilities installed in Mwea enable clean drying and proper processing of rice seed, sparing farmers from losses occasioned by poor post-harvest handling.
Problem is they dry rice on the load. Then it can cause broken rice, and then there will be foreign metals. So most serious challenge is to improve post-harvest management of rice. And with these facilities, we can improve the problem of post office issue in Moya area through this project.
Technical and Vocational Education and Training Principal Secretary Dr. Esther Moria has emphasized that the nation's economic age is directly anchored in the hands of its skilled workforce. Speaking at the Aldai Technical Training Institute second graduation of 1,086 graduates, the Principal Secretary emphasized that the country's competitive edge lies in the quality of its skills, the productivity of its workforce, and its capacity to translate knowledge into practical solutions.
Here we also recruited 18 graduates in agriculture who are also going for Kazi Maju, because we also want to demonstrate to the young people that as government we are determined to train them with an end in mind.
This is our second graduation ceremony where we graduated 1,086 graduates in various fields, in 7 departments.
Here in Kiswahili now continues to do its mandate of producing technicians and technical human resource that is much needed in building our nation.
And still on matters education, educators are pushing for the establishment of a Kiswahili governing body to promote the growth of the language in Kenya. At a Kiswahili symposium held at the Moi Educational Center in Nairobi, speakers lamented that the language is under serious threat. And as Timothy Kipnuso now reports, the main aim of the symposium was to strengthen learners' competencies in Kiswahili concepts.
At a symposium in Nairobi, educators challenged Kenyans to lead the renaissance of Swahili and give it the respect it deserves as Africa's second biggest language.
We are very happy. We've seen many schools participate together with their teachers, and they're doing various activities in Kiswahili. So we also encourage other schools in future to participate in this kongamano la Kiswahili. Because it is a very important activity as we try to promote Kiswahili as lugha la taifa.
I think it is a great initiative because Kiswahili is, to some extent, is dying because a lot of learners prefer to speak in English.
The educators feel that the growth of the Sheng is eroding Swahili, and if left unchecked could hinder the growth of the language.
Ukichukua Sheng na uende mahali popote pale useme ni ng'ambo, ukienda pale hakuna vile ambavyo hiyo lugha ambayo ni rasmi itatambulika. Tunataka lugha rasmi kwa sababu Kiswahili ni lugha rasmi na pia ni lugha ya taifa.
The educators are challenging the media in Kenya to promote Kiswahili in their programming and provide visiting students with skills and knowledge of the language.
Vipindi vya Kiswahili katika media vinasaidia sana, ingawa vinakuja wakati wanafunzi wakiwa darasani.
Wacha watangazaji watumie misamiati kwa ajili ya kunogesha na kurembesha maneno. Ukiyatumia yale ya kawaida, huyu ametumia, unakosa ladha.
Utapata kwamba michezo wakati wa matangazo yanapowasilishwa katika lugha ya Kiswahili hutokea kwa mirindimo, hutokea kwa raha nzuri kabisa.
Ukiangalia katika masuala ya kuwasilisha miswada pale bungeni, unaona kwamba Kiswahili hakijapata mashiko pale bungeni, na ni swala ambalo lazima tulizingatie.
Sanaa ya Kiswahili, an educative program on KBC presented by Mathias Momanyi, was held for promoting Swahili.
Sanaa ya Kiswahili imevilea vipaji vingi. Tumefika katika shule nyingi, tukarekodi vipindi vingi, wanafunzi katika shule mbalimbali. Tumekutana na walimu wazuri tu. Na vile vile sanaa ya Kiswahili imesababisha wanafunzi kuwa wanahabari wengine. Katika vyuo vikuu nimetembelea chuo kikuu cha Nairobi juzi. Wanafunzi tuliowarekodi sanaa ya Kiswahili miaka miwili iliyopita, wengi wao wanafanya katika kitivo cha lugha ya Kiswahili.
Swahili is currently spoken by close to 200 million people in Africa and comes second to Arabic, which has more than 230 million speakers.
Kongamano hili limetuwezesha sisi kama wanafunzi kukuza umoja, ushirikiano wa kiakademia wenye afya miongoni wa wanafunzi.
Kongamano kama hii pia hutusaidia kupata ujasiri na kujuana na walimu wengine.
Limenisaidia kuendelea kujua pahali wenzangu wamefika kwa masomo na kuendelea kusaidia kuelewa vile kujibu maswali katika mtihani.
Tunataka mtazamo chanya, positive attitude ya wanafunzi. Watoto wengi hawapendi Kiswahili, lakini wakitangamana wanafunzi wengine kutoka shule mbalimbali, basi wanafunzi hawa wanakuwa na kujiamini na kujitathmini.
Kiswahili fahari yetu.
Timothy Kipnusu for Legends Edition.
Sasa unaweza kupokea stesheni ya KBC Eastern Service kwa njia iliyomurwa baada ya KBC kuboresha na kuwekeza mitambo mipya ya kisasa ya kupeperusha matangazo. Pata matangazo kwa lugha ya Burji kila siku kuanzia saa 11 asubuhi hadi saa 4 asubuhi. Rendile Service itakuwa hewani kuanzia saa 4 asubuhi hadi saa 9 jioni. Kisha matangazo kupitia lugha ya Kiborana itachukua usukani kuanzia saa 9 hadi saa 2 usiku. Kutufungia jamvi ni Turukana Service watakaopeperusha matangazo yao kuanzia saa 2 usiku hadi saa 6 usiku. KBC Eastern Service inapatikana Lodwar na maeneo yaliyo karibu kupitia 98.3 FM. Na kwa wasikilizaji wa Burji, Rendile na Borana waliomo Marsabit na maeneo jirani, KBC Eastern Service inapatikana kwa mita bendi 98.7 FM.
Welcome back to the Legends Edition. Kenya, China and UNICEF have launched a new multi-million shillings initiative aimed at reducing maternal and newborn deaths in northeastern Kenya. The program will target Garissa, Wajir and Mandera counties, where maternal and infant mortality rates remain among the highest in the country. The partnership comes as Kenya intensifies efforts to improve access to quality healthcare under the Every Woman, Every Newborn, Everywhere agenda.
A new partnership between the government of Kenya, the government of China and UNICEF is expected to strengthen maternal and newborn healthcare services in some of Kenya's most underserved counties.
Maternal and child health cooperation has always been a key priority of Global South cooperation, as it serves to protect the basic human rights and safeguard human dignity.
The program targets counties where many women still struggle to access antenatal care, skilled birth attendants, and postnatal services.
These solid steps prove that this global development initiative is no castle in the air. It is able to deliver real benefits and is an important driver to strengthen South-South cooperation.
China says the project reflects its commitment to South-South cooperation and practical development partnership under the Global Development Initiative. Kenya's Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale, whose speech was delivered by Director General for Health Dr. Patrick Amoth, said the government remains concerned by persistently high maternal and newborn mortality rates, especially in ASAL counties.
We must ensure that a mother in Mandera has the same opportunity to survive childbirth as a mother in Nairobi. We must ensure that a newborn born in Wajir has the same chance of celebrating a first birthday as a newborn born anywhere else in this country. Equity must remain at the center of our health agenda.
UNICEF says the project will directly benefit more than 652,000 people.
This partnership helps turn that commitments into practical action where it is needed most. So there's no doubt that the alignment completely fits and sets in, and this is time for us to action.
According to the Ministry of Health, Kenya records 355 maternal deaths per 100,000 live births and 21 newborn deaths per 1,000 live births.
Every maternal death and every newborn death is a tragedy, particularly because most of these deaths are preventable.
And just before my colleague Daniel Ahume brings you the sports news, a look at news from the counties where a protester who was fatally shot during public protest against the anti-Ebola quarantine facility demonstrations in Nanyuki has been laid to rest in Nyandarua County amid renewed calls for justice. This and more stories coming up in our County News Roundup.
At the funeral service, family, friends and activists came together to condemn the use of excessive force by anti-riot police while dispersing protesters and expressed concern over the continued loss of young lives during public demonstrations.
Mimi niko na tumaini ya kwamba Charles ni mmoja wa wale ambao ni wenye haki. Yeye mwenyewe ambao tumesikia kwamba maisha yake imekatizwa. Kwa hivyo hakuwa amefika wakati wake wa kutoka katika ulimwengu huu, lakini kuna watu wengine walikuja kukatisha maisha yake.
Elsewhere, a family in Duberi Village, Kiambu County, is calling for justice for their kin, George Shiran Njuguna, who left Kenya on the 1st of April 2026 for greener pastures in the United Arab Emirates, only to return home as cargo after mysterious death.
Na sasa tungetaka kama familia ukweli ipatikane na hasa au maagent wachukuliwe hatua ili pia nasi kama familia tusikie kama tumeridhika.
Separately, leaders from Baringo County are calling on the national government to allocate funds for the relocation and reconstruction of schools affected by the rising waters of Lakes Baringo and Bogoria.
Situmike sana kuangalia mashule ambayo siko chini kompea na mahali pengine kama sehemu hii, ili watoto wa sehemu hii wapate nafasi kama watoto wa Kenya mzima.
Waanzie hiyo mashule, waweze kuhamisha hiyo mashule, waweke sehemu ambayo haiwezi fikiwa na maji ili wasome na wapate masomo kama wale wanafunzi wengine na watoto wengine kwa taifa letu la Kenya.
Still in Baringo County, locals have been urged to embrace diversification and major in cash crops like coffee, avocado and macadamia to deliver themselves from abject poverty and insecurity resulting from cattle rustling.
Tuwe tunapanda chakula ya kukula, mimea ya chakula, what we call food crop. Ukishapanda hiyo, sasa panda ile inaitwa cash crop ya kuweka pesa mfukoni.
Still on agriculture, stronger partnerships between coastal county governments and private players have been called for in Malindi to promote modern farming practices and enhance food security.
This particular initiative of the private-public partnership, the PPP, is the way to go. Because I believe no entity can go it alone. Not the private sector or the government can go it alone.
Finally, residents of Bonchari, Kisii County will no longer have to take the long routes to get to Suneka Market following an allocation of funds to repair a key bridge along Menyenya-Bogita Road.
For a long time, although this road is classified as C and therefore under Kera, it's like it was a dead road. And therefore the residents of this place were inconvenienced having to use very long routes to move to wherever they wanted to go, particularly Suneka.
Reporting for Legends Edition, I am Joy Naomi.
Well, and it's time for sports. Daniel Wahome is in studio. Wahome, what's happening in the world of sports?
Well, I'll only tell you one thing. Mundial. Okay. The World Cup. Na World Cup iko KBC.
Exactly.
Yes. But before we get to the World Cup, let's start with our young girls, where the Kenya Junior Starlets opened their 2026 Sacco Women's Under-17 Championship campaign with an emphatic win where they overwhelmed Sudan 16-0 in their first Group A match played in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
Ya Tanzania kwa mara ya kwanza ikiwa Brenda amejivuta. Brenda!
Striker Brenda Achieng opened the scoring for Junior Starlets in the 6th minute, just 2 minutes before Flavia Katenja doubled the advantage.
Piga pasi ndani huko, nafasi kwa Kenya ndani ya box. Itakuwaje, jaribu kupambana, nafasi ndani kule.
Achieng then went on to net 6 additional goals, with Lindy Wee Atieno and Elizabeth Alizeba each scoring twice, while Tabitha Wamboi, Beverly Awor, Mwanakombo Bakari and team captain Beryl Award netted once to ultimately sink Sudan. The match was, however, officially abandoned in the 60th minute after Sudan was reduced to just 6 players due to injuries, for they had already exhausted their available substitutions while trying to replace the injured players earlier in the game. This win now puts Kenya at the top of Group A with 3 points and a dominant 16-goal difference as they prepare to face Somalia and Tanzania on Monday and Wednesday next week. Additionally, Tanzania beat Somalia 4-0 in another match. Jimmy Wamboa for KBC Channel 1.
Well, away from Dar es Salaam, let's get back home and move to the Thika Sports Club, where today there was a Golden Girls Golf Tournament at the Thika Sports Club. KBC was there. It was live, and there was a big party, and we've got the presentation going on at the moment. That is what I'm seeing on our screens right now. So let's join in the presentation ceremony that is happening at the Thika Sports Club.
Welcome KBC, Radio ya Taifa na TV ya Taifa. All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Golden Girls Golf Day today, the 13th of June 2026, where we had a field of 280 golfers on the course, playing off handicap 33, scoring 40 Stableford points, is DJ. Thank you. Madam Wambo India. Let's appreciate the winner once again. Well done, well done. Well done, well done. Look at the camera. Well done. Wapo ile pale, wapo ile. Prezo, please come upstage. President of Golden Girls. And may I invite all the Golden Girls, please come upstage, tafadhali. To embrace the winner, tafadhali. Take care of the stairs, tafadhali. Just slowly, just slowly. These are the Golden Girls.
That's awesome.
Well out. Pole.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, the Golden Girls, for this day. Thank you so much, KBC, for being the title sponsors for this event today. We truly appreciate it. And we invite you again and again and again. Come and partner with us and we'll make sure this happens again and again.
Thank you.
Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right. Okay, so I request that you leave the stage slowly, kindly. Thank you.
I'll be reading the names of those others. That's the names. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you so much, KBC TV, KBC Radio. Shoro FM, Mayenga, Ingo FM, Watu FM,
Minto FM,
Mayenga FM, Mayenga was mentioned,
15 FM,
15 FM,
Matu
and Matthew as well.
Yeah.
Carrie, you want to say something?
Funny FM.
So that we've got the marketing manager, Caroline Mutunga, who's about to speak. Let's listen.
Honored to be part we look forward to the next celebrations and definitely keep watching us.
Thank you.
Jackie.
The Golden Girls, you're real gold. Thank you, Thika Sports Club. KBC is your true sports partner. And remember, World Cup Eco? World Cup Eco? Thank you. Please keep on watching, advertise with us. Your products, your brands will reach all Kenyans. Come advertise with us. Thank you.
What do you want me to say?
Just say something. Say thank you to KBC.
We want to most sincerely thank you. Thank all our sponsors. KBC, you have done us proud. You can all the other sponsors, Equity and the rest, may the Lord bless you. We look forward to having you next year. The Lord bless you. All our sponsors, all our guests, we feel honored. The Lord bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. And so now, may I invite the winner to come and tell us how she did it, and while she does that, I'd like to invite Madam Carol to come back again for a certificate of appreciation.
Wow, I don't know where to start, but I'm so excited. Thank you, Golden Girls. Today I teed off at 7:30, but I normally tee off at 11. So I think that gave me an opportunity to enjoy the greens before people stepped on them. So I am so happy I supported Golden Girls. And it's like I'm harvesting back. Yeah. I had an awesome football, Rufus, Masharia, and a junior. They were a great team, and I'm happy about it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And so I'd like to invite the President of Golden Girls to give this certificate of appreciation to KBC. Thank you so much, KBC. We appreciate. Tupige KBC makofi tafadhali. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right.
So that is the Golden Girls Golf Tournament that was taking place at the Thika Sports Club, and KBC, one of the sponsors of this tournament. And just taking a look at it, you can see the glamour and everything. This is a presentation ceremony, so this is going to be going on, because at any golf tournament that is put together, the evening is always the biggest part, and it can go on and on and on. So we'll be giving you the full coverage of that story tomorrow. Now, moving on is that the 2025-2026 National Super League season came to a close today with the newly crowned champions, Migori Youth, cementing their top position with a late equalizer to share the spoils with 3K FC at the Moi Stadium in Embu. The Embu-based 3K FC netted the first goal in the 8th minute when Kendrick Kipkurui converted a free kick to sway advantage to the host side. They subsequently maintained a strong defense in the first half, keeping the already promoted Migori Youth at bay and maintaining their promotion dreams alive. Migori Youth, however, struck late in added time through Cephas Otieno. Despite the setback, 3K FC have successfully secured promotion to the SportPesa Premier League for the 2026-2027 season, marking a big achievement for the team after consistent performance under coach Nicodemus Omasete, who took over the managerial role in February. Now, Marie Queens of Mombasa were today crowned the Women's Division Zone B champions after a 3-0 victory over Jimba Mines in Kilifi. Guys, Bado.
The Queens' victory saw them secure promotion to the Women's National Super League for next season to join in the footsteps of Wempa Queens, Majesty Queens and RVNP Queens.
Said niko na furaha kubwa sana juu ilikuwa malengo yetu ya hii season, lakini nashukuru Mungu tumesha qualify sana. Kuna furaha kubwa sana.
Tulikuwa na strategy ya kwamba despite the challenges bado tunapambana tuhakikishe kwamba tulipopata hadhi ya kuingia division 1 tunabaki pale mpaka msimu 1 tukiwa tumelenga kupanda mbele zaidi.
Changamoto ni kwamba watu kukumbatia mpira wa wasichana tumekuwa very slow. Watu wengi hawajakumbatia mpira wa wasichana vile inavyostahili kwa sababu za itikadi kama vile mila na desturi zetu. Tunafikiria tu kwamba mpira ni wanaume.
Meanwhile, all roads lead to Kwale Stadium tomorrow for the grand finale of the Mozartbet Cup Finals, where Police FC will take on Tusker FC at 3 p.m. KCB will face Bandari in the third place playoff at noon.
A break, and when we come back, we'll be getting back to the volleyball court, where a big story comes in from women's volleyball. And welcome back. Now, defending champions Kenya Pipeline produced a stunning comeback to defeat KCB by 3-2 in a thrilling Kenya Volleyball Federation women's match during the final leg of the league phase at the Nyayo National Stadium. The hard-fought win caps an impressive league campaign for the defending champions as teams now shift focus to the Mombasa playoffs.
KCB looked on course for victory after dominating the opening two sets. The Bankers claimed their first set 25-15 before following it up with a 25-21 win in the second set to make a commanding 2-0 lead. However, Kenya Pipeline responded strongly after the break, showing the resilience that has been made them one of the country's most successful volleyball sides. The Oilers pulled one set back with a 25-18 victory in the third set before leveling the match after winning the fourth set 25-19. With the contest headed to a decisive fifth set, Pipeline maintained their momentum and composure to complete a remarkable turnaround, sealing a 3-2 victory and underlining their title credentials ahead of their next phase of the competition.
And Alyssa Ilako and Eric Ngugi were the standout swimmers on the opening day of the Nairobi County Swimming Association's third Masters Swimming Championships held at the Kyoto School in Nairobi. Ilako delivered an impressive performance in the women's 25 years and over 400 meters freestyle event, clocking 1 minute, 19.32 seconds to claim the top honors. She finished third ahead Oife Makowul, who secured second place, while Banis Karaoke completed the podium in third position. In the men's category, Eric Ngugi took charge of the competition with a dominant display to secure victory. Nabi Shikali finished second with Emmanuel Kibad rounding off the top three positions. The championship has attracted more than 200 swimmers from across the country. The competition is expected to intensify on the final day tomorrow as participants battle for top honors in various categories at the same venue. And Kenya's Junior Baseball 5 team has intensified preparations ahead of the East African Regional Qualifiers scheduled for Uganda from the 26th to the 28th of June in Kampala, Uganda. Kenya will be aiming for a strong performance in Kampala as they target qualification for the continental showpiece.
The national side is currently in residential camp at Masara School in Migori County, fine-tuning its tactics and sharpening skills as it seeks a place at the African Super 8 Championship set for later this year.
Super 5 has grown in the country in a big way, and we are looking forward to a very competitive team. And you know, Kenya in the continent is leading the pack.
Under the tutelage of head coach Joel Wankicho, the squad comprises of 10 players, evenly split between 5 boys and 5 girls, reflecting the mixed gender format of the fast-growing sport. The team heads into the regional qualifiers in high spirits and with renewed confidence following an impressive 5th place finish at the World Junior Baseball 5 Championship held in Nayarit, Mexico last year. Coach Wangicho says the camp has provided an ideal environment for the players to build chemistry and improve their game ahead of their crucial regional assignment.
And Lions men's handball club staged a remarkable second-half comeback to defeat Black Mamba 24-21 in a Kenyan National League encounter played at the Nyayo National Stadium. The result set the stage for an exciting round of fixtures as teams continue battling for crucial points.
Black Mamba started brightly and controlled the opening stages of the match, making the most their scoring opportunities to take a 13-10 lead into the halftime break. However, the tide turned after recess as the Lions returned with renewed energy and determination. Lions tightened their defense and improved their attacking, overturning the deficit before pulling away to secure a hard-fought 24-21 victory. The win boosts the Lions' campaign as they continue their pursuit of top honours in the National Handball League. In other matches played today, Equity Bank delivered a dominant performance to beat GSU 31-21, while Strathmore University edged out Daystar University 25-23 in a closely contested encounter.
And co-host the United States